Alright guys, how you doing? It's Rabea, hope you're all well. So, got another pedal demo for you today. What we're going to be looking at is the VS Audio Royal Flush. This is a dual overdrive and it's manufactured by the guys at VS Audio, who are a Greek pedal company. It's only two guys that started it up, and they got in touch with me and said we'd like you to try out this pedal, specifically the Royal Flush, because it's sort of specialised for those that like stratty bluesy tones, but it also provides, you know, like heavy higher gain stuff as well, so it's quite versatile. So of course I was like, yeah, I'm going to try that out, put the Strat through it and give it a go. So really excited to hear what it does. It's a beautiful looking pedal, as you can see. It's got lovely screen print on it of like a woman on one side and then sort of Medusa style weird beast thing on the other. The layout is the same for both sides of the pedal, so you've got volume, gain and tone, but the cool thing is that the left hand side is a boost circuit with mild gain, and then the right hand side is the overdrive circuit with sort of mid gain. And the idea is that you choose each one for a different purpose, or you stack them together to get ridiculous high saturation, high sustain tones, high gain tones. For this demo I'm going to be using a Victory V40 clean amplifier. The reason is because it's straight up clean amplifier with no like gain of any kind or any saturation, so you're just going to hear what the pedal does to a clean channel. That's running out into my 2 Notes Torpedo Studio, and that's going out into my Universal Audio Apollo 8P interface. Predominantly I'm going to be using my Fender Custom Shop Strat, but I will get some humbuckers out to show you how well it can handle humbucker tones as well. My guess is that this thing is going to be really versatile. It isn't as straightforward as just get your gain level and your volume and tone and then you're good to go. You can literally blend these controls in any which way you choose and you'll find something that really works, and that is quite impressive. So let's try it out. We'll go through each side individually, mess around with the controls, and then we'll put two together, mess around with the controls again, different guitar. You know how it goes. This is the guitar on its own. It feels good. It feels like mild breakup in an amplifier that's got a lot of headroom. I like that. It's good sustain for something quite low gain. I like it. Let's mess around with the controls a bit. So it's definitely the boost side because it's jumping up in volume quite a lot, and it's quite an effective amount. Not only is it pushing the front end, you're also getting a lot more volume from it. Yeah, man, it's cool. I haven't even really messed with it. I've just turned the volume and the gain up. So let's carry on playing. Wow. Yeah, the treble all the way up, the tone pot, it's not like unusable tone. It's very bitey, but it's not unusable. Gonna back that back down, halfway it. Right, let's try the distortion side of the pedal. This should be probably not as loud because it's not got the boost circuit in there. But I imagine that you'll probably be able to get a little bit more saturation. And again, the idea behind this side of the pedal is to overlay it on top of the boost side to give you a bit more sustain, more saturation, a bit more gain going on there. So let's see what it sounds like. It's nice. It's got a good response, and again, it doesn't sound as loud, but it sounds like it's probably more saturated, I'd say. Yeah, it's kind of more responsive, a little more compressed, so it makes it slightly easier to play. But I imagine when you push that on top of the boost, that's where you get some ridiculous tones. What I'm going to do now is put both sides on at the same time. Everything's at 12, so we should hear a lot of a volume jump, but also a lot more gain. So let's check it out. There's definitely more gain. There's more sustain, but not so much more for lead. It's more when you play big chords. The breakup on the pick attack is really, really genuine, which I really enjoy. It's got a nice thick presence to it, so yeah, nice when it's both stacked together. I imagine that once we start pushing that volume to the front of the amplifier, we get some ridiculous tones. That's really cool. The boost circuit really does push the front end. You get loads more saturation, and it sounds really, really good. Like, it's very dynamic. I've put that back to 12. I'm going to do the same thing on the right hand side now, so let's see how different they sound. So it's definitely got more saturation and sustain on the right hand side. So you're getting more held long notes for your bends and things like that. So yeah, so far so good. Right hand side definitely delivers more distortion, more saturation, more of that kind of thing. So it's really, really, really nice, very creamy. So I'm enjoying it so far. We push the tone back down to halfway. And you start bringing in the volume side of things. Again, you're just going to get loads and loads of saturation. It's huge sounding. This is a Fender Strat with 50s stock pickups. These are the custom shop 55 pickups, and it sounds huge. Just buckets and buckets of gain and sustain. I think it's fair to say that this pedal can kind of do a bit of everything in terms of overdrive. You've got your pushed cleans, you've got your slightly gainier cleans, you've got your thick saturation, low gains, but that sort of, compressed feel, and then you've got all the way up to ridiculous high gain. So I'm going to plug a humbucker in just so you can hear how it would sound. Hopefully it's not going to get too muddy. Okay, I've got my relic, so I'm going to go straight in and give it a go and see what we get. That is so sick. Just the boost side, getting so much out of it. It sounds very powerful. The chord definition's outstanding. Insane. I'm just going to point out that the gain, as you can see on the GoPro, is really low on both sides. I'm just running the boosts and the volumes here, so we're just going to mess around. So there you go. There is the Royal Flush Dual Overdrive by VS Audio. There's really not much to say other than it sounds wicked. I've found many an application for this, as you've heard, with a high output Warpig bare knuckle humbucker to a 55 Strat. It really does handle your bluesy tones, heavy rock tones, and even as far as to say heavy metal tones as well. You know, there's no EQ on the pedal, so you do that on your amplifier, but at the same time there was no lack of gain, sustain or clarity in the notes. So I really hope that comes across to you guys at home. But I mean, what can I say? It's absolutely awesome. So you can pick up this pedal for €215 from vsaudio.com. It's an absolute beast, there's no doubt about it. The components used are really high quality, and you can actually go on their website and look up the component suppliers for each of the components in these pedals and see for yourself that they're not cutting any corners with the quality of these pedals. It sounds insane. I've used it with both single coil and humbuckers, and I've even embedded it into a track so you can hear how it sounds. Thank you very much to the guys at VS Audio. Really hope you've enjoyed this video. I urge you to check them out. Put the links in the description box. So until next time, please like, subscribe and share, and I'll see you soon.